Hey everybody, Krystal Gamer here with a brand new video for you. Today's is a build of a wedding lot slash nightclub. So it can function either as a wedding facility or a nightclub. It's listed in the game as a nightclub. It's kind of a small lot. It's a 20 by 30 lot. And I got the idea because I wanted to see if I could create a heart out of roofing pieces. And you guys know, at least anyone that watches me regularly, you know how I am about roofing and all of that. So I do some crazy stuff with roofing sometimes, and I wanted to see if I could make a heart, and I thought that it might be a nice little thing. And once I did, it turned out to be a nice big thing. It turned out being pretty large. And because it was so large, I sat there and I kind of looked at it for a while, and I said, I think this has to be a wedding venue, but I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. And so it took a little bit where I just kind of sat around looking at the heart, trying to figure out exactly what I was going to build around it and how I was going to do the wedding venue and all of that. And this, by the way, this involves some tricky manipulation, game manipulation to do this kind of roofing stuff. I don't know if anyone's interested in it. People have asked for roofing videos. This is sort of really screwed up roofing. But it's hard to do because the game does not want to allow you to put roofs in rooms. So you have to do some kind of finagling to make it happen. But it's possible, obviously. As you can see, it's possible. It's just a little challenging to do sometimes, but I don't know. You know, people have asked for roofing videos, and I'm sort of struggling with exactly what do people need help with. And I started actually recording a couple of tip videos on some different things along with roofing stuff. I'm just trying to think of things people might need help with, things that are maybe not incredibly obvious in the game all the time, that, you know, that someone that doesn't build all the time might need some help with. So, but if you guys come up with any ideas, you know, tweet me or write stuff below in the comments or whatever, you know. If you want to tweet me, it's at KrystalGamer1 at Twitter. So my contact stuff is below too. So anyway, yeah, this ends up being, I decided to do pretty much an outdoor facility. Essentially, it's essentially an outdoor park, but even though it's an outdoor park, it's for game purposes. The game reads it as being inside. It ends up under a roof. I got an excuse to use clear roofs. Yes. This was actually a good reason to use a clear roof because, you know, you'd want the sun coming in and have it be all nice and everything. I actually thought about leaving it open except for seasons. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was just going to do just a straight open park and not even cover it at all. But then I said, well, with seasons now, the awesomeness that is seasons, it's going to kind of make it a little bit unrealistic to hold weddings here if it rains or if anything happens, and I want it sort of utilizable even if the weather isn't quite perfect. And so yeah, so I ended up deciding to roof it, and I roofed it so that the middle section is clear so it stays nice and sunny underneath. And it has everything that you need for a wedding, for a nightclub thing. It has a lot of stuff, actually. I've got bathrooms on either side in the back, and then in the back there are stairs that go down to the kitchen. So the kitchen is downstairs, so if you cater this, it's a real pain in the butt, and you don't want to be the caterer for it. Because you're climbing up and down stairs. So, or well, I guess the person doing the cooking is fine. The person that's actually doing the catering is fine. It's the waiters and waitresses that have to climb up and down the stairs to deliver the food. So that part might not be so great, but but it does have a kitchen downstairs, so you can get the food part of it done. The wedding area itself is like a stage, and it has a couple of rows of seating, and then the wedding arch and all of that, and it's right in front of the heart. And then the way that I set up the rest of it was essentially as kind of a reception area, which is why it can function as a nightclub. It's got a really huge bar, which, oh my God, when I actually turned the game on and I went into play mode and I set a sim out to visit it, I couldn't believe how many Sims I had on the lot all around the bar. Because, you know, the bride and groom, the head table and the other dining tables and stuff like that, they're not really going to be utilized unless it's a wedding, right? So they're all hanging out at the bar, and I've got a DJ booth, and I also have instruments, you know, guitars and pianos and keyboards rather, and all of that stuff over there as well, so they can have dancing. But I created, I think, the largest bar I've ever done for a build. Apparently I'm expecting a lot of people that like to drink a lot at these weddings to come. But no, I created the largest bar that I think I've ever built. It's not huge, but I don't know, I've just never had occasion to build a bar this large, and this time I did. And yeah, when I set it to go live and had a sim visit, I was like blown away by how many sims were at the bar. It was kind of cool, actually. It's like, wow, this is a happening joint. So I kind of, when I was first building it, I was thinking, well, I don't know if there would be, my thought was that the only use would be a wedding park, and that would really be it. But then when I went on, and then when I did the test stuff with the visit with the Sims and everything, and I saw how well utilized it was like, when I knew I had already met the requirements for a nightclub, but I wasn't sure if it was going to go over. And yeah, even just as a bar, I mean, there was a ton of people. It was great. Ton of Sims. So yeah, that was kind of a fun little test thing. And I think it's great. I've never gotten married in The Sims. Me. Yeah, I've definitely never gotten married in The Sims because I'm not a Sim. No, but I've never had any of my Sims get married yet either. So I don't really know exactly how weddings go and all of that, but I think Hope this is a pretty good facility. It's the second time I've done a wedding facility. So the other one I did was definitely a park wedding as well, and that one was a much larger facility than this. And it got a lot of downloads on the gallery too. That one did really well. And I don't even know why, because it doesn't look good. Like, the gallery picture of it is horrible. And even this one, the gallery picture doesn't know justice. But I mean, it's typical. I mean, I think the people that are shopping the gallery, if you will, for downloads, I think that they probably know that most of the gallery pictures are kind of crap. So this is not unusual knowledge for everyone. So I think people, I don't know, I'm guessing that they make some allowances for that. You know, they might see a picture that's not so great, but I have a tendency when the picture is truly, truly awful and really sort of destroys the build, I have this tendency to write, you know, like, this picture does this build absolutely no justice. So hopefully people can kind of realize that, no, this picture, I understand this picture's horrible, but we have no control over the dang pictures. So early on in this build, I have a lot of blue water, and later on I end up going with red or pink water or whatever it is, or it's not, the water itself is not that color, but the underneath part and everything. So it makes it look all red. At least I don't think the water's red. Maybe it could be. Hey, it could be a bloody wedding. I don't know. It's Game of Thrones. No, but no, it's a red wedding. No, anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, so I went with all of this red and these red fountains and everything like that. I thought it would kind of give it a good vibe, and I did name it Crimson Love Pointe. So yeah, the whole red thing is a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. So yeah, I like this build quite a bit though. The heart thing was definitely where it stemmed from. I wanted to try a cool little thingy with the hearts, and it worked out pretty well. I like it. I'm happy with it. And now I kind of want to try some other stuff along these lines too. I have another one that I've actually started, and that one is going to be a huge complex. But yeah, I've sort of got, I got a little bit inundated with inspiration, which is sort of interesting. There are periods where I don't have anything coming to me, and I got really nervous when I first started the channel. I was kind of like, what happens if I run out of ideas? You know, what's going to happen then? What am I going to do with my channel or whatnot? And every now and then I'll go through kind of a dry period where nothing's really coming to me, and then I go through another period. Like lately, I'm actually supposed to be finishing up the stuff that I'm doing and starting on finishing a tutor collab that I have with Nick Sims that I've had on the back burner for like weeks and weeks now. I don't know, it's probably been at least a month. But every time I think that I'm going to start that project, I end up getting some crazy inspiration. Like this heart thing. Like when that hit my head, I had to do it when I started. I had to do it. I don't know. When it happens, I have to do it. It's like I have to. I can't do another build. I have to stop my video editing. I have to stop everything else. I have to do it. I don't know why, but it's the ideas in my head. I've got this. It's like an artwork thing for me. I think maybe is what it is. But I have the idea in my head, and I have to execute on it. I have to build it. I have to design it, and I have to do it. And so, yeah, sometimes I get distracted if I have other things I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm in a period right now where I've had a couple of different inspirations kind of like back to back to back. And I'm actually not able to get the builds done as fast as I'm getting the inspiration. Which is an awesome problem to have, actually, considering that I was so worried when I first started the channel about, what if I run out of ideas? Which could still happen. That could still happen at some point. So I don't want to jinx myself because, you never know. Like, I could run out of ideas tomorrow. I consider myself lucky to be inundated with inspiration. I'm not complaining about that at all. It's kind of like a really good problem to have. And this heart idea, I don't know. I think it was a really good one. To me, this is a cool wedding venue. Like, I would totally get married here. I think it is a really cool wedding venue. Small, not huge, but a really nice place. And yeah, so we're hitting the end of our time together today. So I want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I do hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like it and share it with your friends, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you hit the little bell for notifications, and hope to see you again next time. Bye now.